Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm gonna share with you how we were able to do just over $41,000 in less than 22 days with a brand new store on Shopify. Now, my name is Greg, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, definitely make sure you subscribe below. And if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. So I want to share with you guys exactly how my business partner and I were able to do this, because still reflecting back on it, it still is pretty amazing how quickly we were able to scale the store to $41,000 in 22 days. Now, one of the first things I want to point out is that this store was around a single product. We weren't doing a general store selling a bunch of different products that we were testing. We just found one product that we knew had huge potential and that we wanted to ride the wave because we saw that other people are already selling it in the market. But thankfully, we got in at the time where it really hadn't caught on to like the virality, and we were able to ride that wave. So that's one of the first reasons of why we're able to scale this so quickly. Now, when we first started selling this, it was right around, I would say, the first week of June is when we actually started scaling. But we had our highest all-time sales day on Father's Day, which was about $4,000, a little over $4,000 in one day, which was insane. But every single day leading up to that, we just kept the budget around the same amount. And so in total, during that 22-day span, we spent about $19,000 to generate the $41,000. So our average return on ad spend was 1.76, but our break even on this product was 1.45. So that meant for every dollar that we were spending, we were getting back 1.76, and our break even was 1.45. Now, when we first started selling this product, we actually had a higher product cost, and we've been able to since get that down. But still, the profitability on this was amazing because we were just selling a single product and people are buying this up like crazy. And the cool thing is that our ads really started to take off. And once everything started to really scale, we were able to make this something that was very minimal ad budget, but it was driving a lot of revenue, which was really, really cool. Now, when we focused on creating the single product store, that was our main focus. So everything that we did, from the content to the branding, all that was around this single product. And it wasn't until later on in the month that we actually started to add some complementary items to it. So just this one product alone was driving all the revenue. So our cost of goods at the time when we created this store was $15 per piece, and then we were selling it for $49.97 at the time. So our cost of goods was pretty good. We've since gotten it down to about $13, give or take, and we're still selling it at the $49 price point. But that alone gave us about a 25 to 30% margin, depending on what our ad spend was doing per day. So, you know, on average, each day we were spending maybe like $800 to $900. And then on the day that we were spending, we made $4,000. That I think we spent about $2,000, $2,200 to make that much, which was still pretty amazing because we walked away with about 20% profit on that day. And the awesome part about this is that it just kept going. Some of the downsides and lessons that we learned very quickly was that because we had created a brand new PayPal account, we were selling so much that PayPal actually labeled our account as high risk. So still to this day, PayPal has a good amount of our money just locked away on hold because they saw that we were doing so much volume that they just said, oh, you guys are risky. And so they took money right off the bat. And now they've been doing a reserve. So every single day that we're continuing to sell this, they're still taking a small percentage of that and putting it on hold. And they won't release that until 6 months. So just a lesson for you guys of just what we did was, because we scaled so fast, PayPal looked at us as risky, and the same thing could happen on Shopify as well. So just keep that in mind, that when you start to do a substantial amount of volume, if you haven't had that many sales in the initial stages, those different merchant accounts might look at you and say like, okay, these guys are risky, and because of that, we're gonna make sure that we're essentially covering our own ass. And that's what they're doing when they're taking the percentage of it and the hold, because they're looking as like, well, if they get a lot of refunds or if they get a lot of chargebacks, that means we're out the money. But if we just take a small reserve of it, then we're gonna cover our butts. So that's kind of what PayPal and Stripe and all these different merchant processors do. So just something to keep in mind for you guys. But as we've continued to run this product, it's still profitable to this day, at least from when we're making this video. But my business partner and I really wanted to make sure that we focused on the single product. And that's actually been something that has been a focus of ours moving forward, is that we've found that rather than going out there and doing a bunch of testing using a general store, we find the products that we know have the huge potential, and we're using those to just build an entire brand around it. Because if you look at it from a customer perspective, when they land on the page, if all your verbiage, everything is about this single product, it adds a lot of credibility, as well as you can really dominate the category. So a perfect example of this would be the burrito blanket. I'm sure you guys have been seeing the burrito blanket online, and what they've done is they've deemed themselves as the original burrito blanket. Now, there's other people selling this, but because they're trying to own the category of I'm the original burrito blanket, everybody looks at the other people as knockoffs versus the person that's selling this and saying they're the original burrito blanket. That makes them feel like, oh, well, these are the people that started it, we're gonna buy from them. And that was the same thing that we accomplished with our store, is we made sure that it was well branded and people looked at it as like, we're the ones that are the originators, as opposed to a bunch of these knockoff people that are selling the cheaper version. We actually opted for selling the better version, and actually, I wouldn't say trash talked the people that are selling the other version, but we said like, hey, would you rather buy this version or would you buy from us, whereas ours is the higher quality version. So that also really played a huge role in us continuing to get this to be a better selling product, and why we're continuing to sell it to this day, because everybody else kind of just went for the quick grab, and they probably made some more money than us, but still to do $41,000 in 22 days is nothing to be shy about. That's pretty substantial, and while a good portion of our profits ended up being locked up in PayPal, it's okay because we're still making money on an ongoing basis, even if we're not doing the insane volume that we were the first month that we started selling it. It's still continuing to chug along and make money on a daily basis. But the other aspect of this too is really making sure that what you set up for your content, your targeting plays a huge role in this. You don't have to do crazy budgets. Sometimes just having the consistency and running at a normal daily budget of like $10 to $20, but just duplicating that multiple times is more than enough to get you guys to where you want to go. So keep things simple. So always remember the analogy of KISS, which is keep it simple, stupid. A lot of people try to complicate things and trying to use so many different audiences, where you got to let Facebook do the heavy lifting. And that was the one thing for us, is we just sat back and just let the ads keep optimizing, as opposed to going in there and trying to do a bunch of crazy testing of launching new ad sets daily or creating a bunch of different things that are testing so many different audiences. We just let Facebook do the heavy lifting and just kept spending more money, and it just kept getting better and better. So this is just kind of a basic overview of like what we did, and there's still so much more that we can dive deeper on, and I'll probably do that in another video, just really breaking things down. But just wanted to share with you guys that if you're getting started with drop shipping, Shopify, or just selling things online, you're gonna find sometimes these products that just really take off, but also look for products that are gonna be consistent. You don't always have to find something that's gonna make you $1 million, but if you can find something that maybe does like a couple $1,000s a day, that's all that matters. Like if you can sell something for $1,000 a day, but you're making 30% profit on that, so $300 a day. $300 a day over 30 days is still $9,000 a month in profit. And now if you stack that on multiple products that are all doing that consistently, that's where you really start to compound. But it's still really cool to have some crazy large months, but look for the consistency over the aspect of what can I make go viral. So if you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and definitely give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. I reply to every single person's comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.